welcome back to Car Alerts. The 2026 Nissan GT-R makes its grand entrance as a reborn icon, rewriting the rules of performance while staying loyal to its bloodline. As the world waited for Nissan's next move in the high-performance realm, few expected something so aggressive, so bold, so technically refined yet unapologetically raw. This car doesn't just continue the GT-R legacy, it evolves it with sharper engineering, a more futuristic body sculpt, enhanced aerodynamics, electrified performance technology, and a cabin that finally matches its world-beating ambitions. What we have here isn't just a car, it's a statement, one that grips the pavement like it grips your pulse. Approaching the front, the GT-R stares back with a menacing glare through sharper LED matrix headlights that stretch slightly into the fenders, giving it a predatory look. The iconic V-motion grille has grown wider and more angular, now bordered by brushed aluminum accents that highlight its track-inspired intent. Carbon fiber details surround the aggressive splitter below, directing airflow masterfully beneath the body. The hood is lower, sleeker, with functional vents sculpted precisely to reduce lift at high speeds. The fascia is wider, taller, and more layered, suggesting not just speed, but calculated force. From this view alone, it's clear this machine is engineered to attack both wind and time with equal fury. Moving to the side, the 2026 GT-R cuts through the air with a profile that feels unmistakably GT-R yet is more refined than any predecessor. The beltline remains taut and purposeful, running beneath slightly flared fenders that house ultralight forged alloy wheels wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. Side skirts fashioned from carbon composite hug the body tightly, further reducing drag while channeling airflow to the rear brakes. Door handles now sit flush for improved aero efficiency, while the roofline subtly arches toward the rear, not in elegance, but in determination. Frameless side mirrors mounted on slim aerodynamic stalks reduce turbulence while increasing downforce at speed. The result is a silhouette that balances tradition with evolution, honoring the GT-R's racing pedigree while stepping into a new aerodynamic league. At the rear, the story intensifies. The signature quad-ring taillights return, now with dynamic LED animations that breathe life into their design. A full-width carbon spoiler rises above the sculpted trunk, its angle electronically adjustable to match driving conditions. Beneath it, the rear diffuser is massive, cut sharply with integrated vertical fins that increase downforce. The quad titanium exhausts have grown in diameter, positioned aggressively to signal the power housed within. Ventilation surrounds the lower bumper, not for style but to keep the rear differentials and underbody cool under pressure. The rear end isn't subtle, nor is it trying to be, it closes the loop on a design that is functional, ferocious, and unmistakably Nissan GT-R. Interior climbing inside, the GT-R transforms from fighter jet to private jet. Nissan has finally embraced luxury in parallel with performance, wrapping nearly every surface in Alcantara, premium leather, and carbon fiber. The dash is clean, linear, and driver-focused, with a fully digital 12.8-inch gauge cluster that adapts in real time depending on drive mode. In the center, a floating 11.6-inch touchscreen runs an upgraded infotainment system powered by Nissan Connect OS, supporting OTA updates, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and performance telemetry feedback. Dual-zone climate control now uses capacitive sliders, with haptic feedback for intuitive operation. Ambient lighting runs subtly across the dashboard and doors, with customizable colors that change based on drive mode or preference. Seats have been redesigned with a race-inspired bucket shape but now feature heating, cooling, and 14-way power adjustability. Wrapped in perforated leather and suede, they hug tighter during aggressive driving while remaining forgiving in daily traffic. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed, with forged carbon inlays and embedded thumb controls for all core functions. Paddle shifters sit fixed to the column, crafted from magnesium, offering a satisfying click with each pull. Behind the seats, a more usable cargo space has been integrated, though this remains a car built for performance, not practicality. Performance underneath this sleek exterior lies the true evolution. The 2026 GT-R introduces a hybrid-assisted twin-turbocharged 3.8-liter V6, now paired with a 48-volt mild hybrid system for faster torque response and better efficiency. This configuration produces 675 horsepower with an immediate surge of 600 lb-ft of torque, making it the most powerful GT-R ever from the factory. A new 8-speed dual-clutch transmission delivers faster shifts than ever before, propelling the GT-R from 0 to 60 in a blistering 2.6 seconds. Launch control has been fine-tuned to minimize wheel slip, while the intelligent Atessa ETS all-wheel drive system constantly monitors grip to shift power between the front and rear axles in milliseconds. Chassis dynamics have received a complete overhaul. A reworked suspension setup features adaptive dampers capable of adjusting stiffness at each corner independently up to 1,000 times per second. This allows the GT-R to feel compliant on rough roads while remaining razor-sharp on track surfaces. Carbon ceramic brakes sourced from Brembo provide relentless stopping power, aided by regenerative braking from the hybrid system. Steering is now electronically assisted with variable weighting, offering quicker response during aggressive inputs while remaining stable at high speeds. The result is a GT-R that not only accelerates with force but corners with surgical precision. Despite its technical prowess, the GT-R hasn't forgotten about emissions and range. The hybrid system improves city fuel economy by 15%, while stop-start functionality cuts idle time drastically. A small battery pack captures energy under braking, which is then used to provide torque fill during gear shifts, reducing turbo lag and maintaining traction. The result is a car that feels electric at times, not because it runs on batteries alone, but because its response is so immediate, so unrelenting, that it seems unnatural. Pricing reflects the performance leap, with the 2026 GT-R starting around $145,000 for the base premium trim. Stepping up to the Nismo variant, which includes additional aerodynamic components, enhanced chassis tuning, lightweight body panels, and a slight bump in horsepower, brings the total closer to $195,000. Limited launch editions featuring unique liveries, serialized badging, and exclusive interior materials will push the price beyond $200,000, but these models will be reserved for early adopters and loyal GT-R enthusiasts. Nissan has signaled that production will be capped to maintain exclusivity, with allocations likely tied to dealership performance or prior GT-R ownership. There is a special energy surrounding the 2026 GT-R. It's not just a successor, it's a rebirth engineered to be faster, sharper, more intelligent, and more luxurious than anything wearing the GT-R badge before. While many sports cars focus on comfort or technology alone, this car blends both with unapologetic aggression. It's for those who don't just want to go fast, but want to dominate every apex, every straight, every streetlight drag. This GT-R has matured without losing its edge, embracing electrification without abandoning the thrill of internal combustion. Whether you're a longtime fan of the GT-R nameplate or someone experiencing it for the first time, the 2026 model demands attention. It respects its roots while rewriting expectations, offering brutal speed in a body that feels sculpted by wind tunnels and forged by engineers obsessed with control. It's rare to find a car that grips your heart with as much intensity as it grips the tarmac, yet that's exactly what Nissan has delivered. In a world moving toward digital autonomy and quiet efficiency, the GT-R roars back with defiance, with purpose, with fire in its pistons and lightning in its circuits.